I can summarize my opinion of this game just by telling you that I sat down to play it for footage for this 5 to 20 minute review, and I ended up playing for nearly an hour. What Super Mario Bros. Did for the 2D platformer, Super Mario 64 did for the 3D platformer. I always hear people talk about how it hasn't aged well, but I think it still holds up. I was born in 2001. I wasn't around during the time this game was still new. By the time I could talk, the GameCube was already out, and by the time I knew what a video game was, the Wii was out. I didn't get my first game console till I was 8, and I was gifted a Wii from my grandma, which I still have to this day in perfect condition. But that's probably just because it's a Nintendo product and I could throw it into the sun and it would probably come out the other end with not a scratch. I originally experienced this game on the Virtual Console on said Wii, but I lost my classic controller soon after and I wasn't able to get far into the game until my friend Estefanos gave me his old N64 because he didn't have any use for it. My experience was much more pleasant. The game was built around the N64 controller, so it felt a lot better. The game starts off with you getting a letter from Princess Peach telling you to come down to the castle because she's baked a cake for you. You know, Mario's one lucky guy. He's a fat plumber who obsesses over pasta and he has royalty baking cake for him. I mean, I know he saved Princess Peach in the past, but this didn't take place right after Super Mario World, did it? Other than that, I can't think of anything that would call for a celebration. Anyways, that doesn't matter because it turns out the letter was a dupe from Bowser, and now Mario has to retrieve the scattered power stars to save Princess Peach that are hidden in paintings that take Mario to fantasy worlds when he jumps into them. Yeah, I'm not going to think too deep into it, and I recommend you do the same for your sanity's sake. Basically, you platform, you collect stars, you open doors, rinse and repeat until you get to Bowser. It's so simple and lenient. This is probably one of the most non-linear games in the Mario series. You see, you have to collect a certain amount of stars to get to specific parts of the game, but the order in which you collect said stars, and which stars you choose to collect, is completely up to you. Sure, you always have to start from the first world, Bob-omb Battlefield, but from the moment you start up the level, you can get almost any of the stars from the level right away. For instance, you can climb all the way up that mountain and get the star from defeating King Bob-omb, or you can simply destroy the chain of the Chain Chomp, releasing it and revealing a hidden star. And once you get one of those stars, a new world is immediately accessible to you. So you can decide if you are going to go back into the Bob-omb Battlefield and race Koopa the Quick, or you can go and chip off Whomp's block. This kind of choice making continues throughout the entire game, and during your first playthrough you will not find everything, which adds to the replayability. There is some stuff in this game that I didn't learn about until years later. I didn't know you could collect 100 coins to gain an extra star in each world, till years later when watching an episode of Game Grumps.
No, you, Mario, you did it again, you did it, I mean.
I also love how agile Mario is in this game. He is really animated. He can do backflips, side flips, wall jumps, long jumps, etc. There are so many things you can do in this game with Mario. For an early 3D platformer, they really thought stuff through with this character and explored the third dimension, and it makes the game all the more fun. You can hold down the A button and press B while running up a slope to gain some more distance than usual, allowing some previously unapproachable areas accessible. I find out about new stuff I can do with these incredibly varied controls almost every time I play. It's been a while since we've had a traditional 3D Mario game. The last one I can think of is Super Mario Galaxy 2. I hope that when Super Mario Switch comes out, they'll bring back Mario in all his unrealistically athletic glory. Quick little side note, for an early 3D game, the camera work is done surprisingly well. Sure, it has moments where you can't see anything because no one knew how to program transparent walls back then, but other than that, I like the fact that the game is shot like a TV show. Apparently Mario's adventure is being caught on camera by Latiku, who instead of throwing spiky death traps at Mario is now working for a news station. Although you can still see some of his cohorts trying to screw up Mario from time to time, and the entire game took place from Latiku's perspective. The camera work tries to simulate this, as well as the camera zooms in and out like a normal video camera would, and the camera follows Mario around trying to get a clear shot of him from a distance most of the time. Enough distance that you can see what's around you so you are fully aware of your surroundings. You can even move Latiku around you with the C buttons in case something gets in your shot. It works most of the time, though sometimes it can be kinda inconvenient. The level design is either hit or miss, and fortunately most of the time it's hit. But unfortunately, more often than not, some levels are just plain infuriating. But there's enough variety in levels that I can usually avoid the ones that make me want to jam the controller into my face. Sorry for the negativity, but I know I speak for everyone when I say the 100 coin levels are infuriating. The non-linearity of this game, mixed with the timeless world, makes it one of the most enjoyable Mario games out there. I always play this game when I want to feel good, and after many years of playing it, I can safely say it still works. Like I said, I hear a lot of people say this game hasn't aged well, and I still don't see it. This game is a classic, with gameplay that still holds up, music that still holds up, levels that still hold up, etc. It's a great game to this day, and if you don't agree, well, I hope you do find a game that entertains you as much as Mario 64 entertains me. Thanks for watching.